Okay, so today I thought we'd take a look at my NES highlights. So of course you can't have a NES collection without the 3 classic Super Mario Brothers games. This cartridge is very yellowed, but these are must-haves for NES collectors, I think, because they are super fun. So to add on to the Mario games, we got the classic Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers, it's just Mario. And then we have this combo cartridge, Donkey Kong Classics. It's got 2 games on it, Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. These are real fun games as well to throw on when you're bored. These next games are an obvious pick, even though I'm not the biggest fan. The Legend of Zelda and The Adventure of Link. 2 great games that I've made very little progress on Adventure of Link. I've made slight progress, but my save file got erased because it's a 40-year-old console. And one interesting thing about The Legend of Zelda on NES is actually the cartridge variations. So this one you can see the shields up top and the titles down below, and has the nice gold cart. And here we have the later released gray cart version. So they ran out of gold carts and they had to use gray ones. But the logo's centered and the title's up there. And the back logo is still shiny. It's the same exact game. It works the exact same. And here is one of my favorite action platformers, Ninja Gaiden. I'll tell you what, this is a fun game. And if I ever get my hands on the sequels, I'll definitely have a good time, because even though they're hard, they're still fun. Or so I've heard. Next, we got one of my favorite franchises on the NES, the Wizard and Warriors series. These are 3 great games that are an absolute blast to play. So here we have some famous games. We got Contra, all-time classic right there. Then you have Super Contra, not as well known but still really fun. And then here we have a very elusive game, Contra Force. This is probably the most valuable game in my collection, sitting at around $94 the last time I checked. And yeah, it's official, and it's an official Konami game. It's the 3rd Contra they released on NES, but nobody bought it because it is kinda trashy. And now we're getting into the weird side of Nintendo with these unlicensed games. As you can see, I have a couple here. This one was my first one. It's just a generic flight sim. And then here's my second one, Gauntlet. It's actually really fun. It's like a big old dungeon crawler. Pretty neat. RBI Baseball 2, basically the same as this baseball game with slightly improved graphics. And then you got these. These are definitely the dark depths of Nintendo. And they got this switch in the back of them. It says position B, only use if it doesn't work with position A, and then position A is unlabeled. Very helpful, but basically what it does is it bypasses the lockout chip on the original Nintendo, but if you're using the NES Model 2, it doesn't have a lockout chip, so you need to set it to the other position. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention everyone's favorite game, Tetris. From Russia, with fun. There you go. But overall, that pretty much concludes my NES top picks and highlights, whatever you'd want to call this. I hope you found it informative. If you ever find these games out in the wild, consider picking them up, because they're not too shabby. So, I'll see you next time. Next time I upload a video in another 2 weeks. Shouldn't be that long. Goodbye.